Howdy chaps, and welcome back to probably going to be an update video. You might have wondered where I've been for the last 3 weeks probably. I haven't had any content. So what's happened with me is I had money, I spent it on this, and now I'm broke. Not quite broke, but I'm poorer than I like to be. Thusly, I can't afford to buy certain parts of cars to make content, because actually making YouTube videos is a little bit costly, and also I've been sort of sidetracked on this and I've been enjoying it. So what I'm going to do is, this is going to be what I'm doing today. I actually have already done another task for a friend. We had a FG GT Falcon and we put a spoiler on it, so that's where the front half of my day's gone. And now I will give you an update on the tank, and because I'm a little bit poor, I am saving again, so it won't be too long. I'm going to do tasks that cost next to no money to do, and that is actually getting the tracks ready to go on. So they're over there, that's why I keep looking over there. And I figured I'd just give you an update of what's going on. Haven't dropped dead. Just been busy. So I'll show you what I've been up to. Also, I'm filming this on my camera, so the sound quality may not be very good because I wasn't actually going to film, but I thought it's been quite a while, so I better give you an update. So it probably won't get all of it in focus, but as you can see, it's starting to look like a tank. We've just put this panel on the other day. That cost me $500 for that slab of 1-inch plate, and it's looking pretty lovely. And I repainted a few things, so we've been making good progress. Got the tracks over here ready to do. Can't remember what I was last doing, but I painted that. That's fitted. Hinges are made, hatches on, top hinges are on. I think I was doing this in the last update video, yes. So this is ready to accept another plate. Track is, there's 36 on there, that needs to be 66, so another 30 pieces need to go on. Got my little lathe the other week, which is awesome. Only an eBay special, probably the smallest one money can buy, but it is quite good at turning bolts into rivets. My drill press, and I had this is an original, and I had it cast, which cost me $90 at Adelaide Brass Works, I think, Adelaide Brass Factory or something, and that was the new one. But I realised that I needed a left and a right, and they're actually different. So I've had this one copied, and they did a fantastic job, and I've flipped it around. So cut the tabs off, flip the sides, and then built that up with a bit of bog and through here, and ground down the brass so that it is the opposite, because actually if you look down it, it's not central. So that's a one to get recast. So I'll get a pair recast again, and I'll give my mate the original one, because I'm a caring sharing kind of guy, and I'll have a pair of brass reproduction ones myself, a left and a right, and he can have that because I don't need that anymore, because he gave me another piece, although I need to copy that bracket. So what else has been going on? We'll go over here. I have been making some progress on the engine. I picked up some spark plugs from America. Well, I didn't pick them up, I bought them online. So it's now got a full set of correct spark plugs, which are the aircraft type. That's on, working, that works. Spark plugs are in, so all I need is a booster coil, which I actually bought one online that's coming from Estonia of all places. So that's cool. I need the linkages for the carby, for the governor, and a couple of oil lines, and that should actually run. I do have to figure out how to get giant oil lines though. That's something that's beyond me. I am working on a coupe door for a friend, but of course it's got to fit in between everything else, so it's not happening at a breakneck pace. That's the Cleveland. Have been working on a coupe, this area here. and I was encountering a slight issue with the reproduction steel panel being a little bit too short to match up with the original, which is about as fun as taking a brick to the face. So yeah, just plodding along and making progress. I can't remember what it was I was trying to show you. That doesn't matter. It'll come back to me. So I've got to actually probably run a needle scaler through these and figure out which ones of these cleats are really bad and which ones are passable, because I don't actually have a lot of replaceable ones. That one and that one need to go, and that one and that one need to go. So I've got 34 pieces of track here plus a couple over there, and I only need 30, so 4 pieces have got to disappear. Well, not disappear, but come off. So me and the Oxy are going to get pretty friendly shortly. I don't know what else to show you that I've been up to, but yeah, I might just show you how I go with these. I've got to get them all together and under the tank. So yeah, I'll catch up in a second. Alrighty, so here I am screwing around with these tracks now. So I've separated this track from this half. This one's got dead. They're all dead. Pads are still good though, so it might be a case of keeping the wedges out of these and the cleats off this side and pulling off those at some point. I pretty much have to cut them off. That piece is mostly okay, but this piece here is toasted, unfortunately. So I think that wedge is pretty well stuffed. But I'll try and get it out. Usually what I'm doing here is I'm heating them up and then oxying off the edge very slightly till it's getting really thin, and then I'll get the cold chisel and split the nut. Then I'll belt them out, and then I have to cut through here, under here and here, and the wedge comes off, and then the track pad will be free. So then I've got to figure out what I'm going to do with these 4 bits here, and I think what I'll do is add them to 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's a 9, and that'll be, I think, 13 pieces. That'll be a good piece to put over there and be done. So yeah, it's just back-breaking and not overly exciting, but you know, it's getting there. I was thinking what I might do, because it's so glamorous, is I might actually set up a time lapse of you guys suffering through the arduous task of cutting apart the tracks, unfortunately, because as much as I'd like to use them, this one, or is it this one? No, that might, no. See, they rust away because they've been exposed, so there's a chunk missing out of there. And there's not much life left on the end of this one. So this one actually effectively needs its pin replaced, but that's going to be nearly impossible because it'll be rusted all through the guts of it. So that's probably a track link that will find its way as a decorative piece eventually, but in there they'll be nearly perfect. So I've got to cut this, take that wedge off, take that wedge off, cut that one off, cut that one off, remove that piece of track, so that this piece here will have a nice set of pins to accept that piece of track, so that we'll have 4 plus 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. We have about 10 or 11 there somewhere. I think it's going to be 11, I think. Yeah, whatever. I'll do my counting when I go put it on. But I want to get that piece attached to this piece and then put it aside, then maybe try and get these two together. Because I think that'll be good. I don't know. I'll set up a time lapse. It might be interesting. It might not be interesting. But get a bit of an idea. Yeah. Yeah. And that's probably one of the better ones. Some of these ones I'm going to have to leave because the wedges are so hard to get that even if they're holding, they pretty much have to stay. Anyway, I'll set up a time lapse and you can suffer with me. Alrighty chaps, it's all glamorous, it really is. Yep, that's one big pile of crap. So I've only got effectively 18 bits to go, and it won't be today because I am buggered. But we're getting there. Now, if you'd like to know if that was difficult to get up there, yes it was. Do I know how I'm going to put the next couple of bits on? No I don't. Really thinking about putting them here now and laying them out, and then bringing the vehicle forward and then pulling the track around over. But it all comes down to space, and this thing is astronomically heavy, and once you pull it forward, how do you push it back? So there's a few hurdles, but there we go. I think I have 50 pieces of track on there now, and still 16 to go. Yeah, so I will get back into the EJ, I swear it, but I've just got to build some funds up first before I can buy some parts for it. But yeah, it's on the pecking order. I've just got to do a couple of things that cost virtually nothing at the moment, and I thought I'd do this video so that you guys know that, you know, I'm still kicking. I still have a Patreon for this. If you've made it this far through, look up XA Coupe Guy, and I do a lot of updates on this very regularly. I'd love, you know, as much as support as I could get, because this thing is getting pricey. So if you wanted to go over there and support the channel at the Patreon, XA Coupe Guy, please do. You don't have to. I'd be grateful if you did, but you know, each their own. If you really want to follow this along, that's the best place to go. But there we go. This camera really can't film as good as the actual other camera, but we got one and more than a half tracks on, so there we go. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's probably not going to be that great, but I will see you on the flip side.